Oh. All right, guys, let's get this vent in. We're going to clean up real quick, close the vent, and try to push it in the garage to see what clearance we have. Because I'll show you inside. I'll meet you inside. Okay. Really don't want to tear this out, but put a new one up. All right, so this is the issue. This has a little bit of a protrusion. Man, it's really not a whole lot though. I hit here, but as far as the rest of it around, it's not a lot. It's maybe a half inch that comes out. So this is the thing. I can put a trim piece here, make a trim piece that's a half inch thick, you know, wood, kind of make it look like all the window trim, and come out a little bit, put it in, and we're done. Well, we're not done, we have to screw it all in or whatever. Or I push this out till flush here. About there, which that is a lot nicer in terms of headspace. I still hit here, but I kind of hit on the old knob anyway. Not a big deal. Kind of like that amount of headspace. So by doing it here, now I can use the factory trim and just cut it down. So this will go in there. And I can use the factory trim. I just have to cut this. So the dilemma is, if it's this high up, which is ideal, and closed, which will close it, can we still get it in the garage? Because if not, then it'll have to be dropped down. We really don't have a choice at that point. So, let's clean it up and see if we can push it towards the entrance of the garage to see what kind of clearance we have. We're clear. Damn. All right, we weren't expecting that. Well, that's a plus. Okay, so now what we need to do, we're gonna pull it back out, we're gonna measure what that distance is, and see what we have to bridge that gap. These are the shelves for the camper. They go in the closet. It's 1/8 inch fiberglass, and then it just has a wood frame to stiffen it up. I have 3 of these, and I only ever use 2. So I'm thinking if I can knock this off, knock the wood frame off, cut the fiberglass into sections, to strips, glue this to the roof, fiberglass it in, then I'll have a 1/4 inch spacer on the roof that's all fiberglass, and somewhere between a 1/2 and 1/4 inch, probably closer to a 1/2 inch spacer inside along the vent. So I'm kind of cutting the difference a little bit, taking a little bit of distance, pushing the fan up a little bit, but not so much where it looks funny. And I'm also using just straight fiberglass. So there's not gonna be any wood rot or anything like that up there. That's the idea, at least. Let's see if we can get this thing knocked out. All sanded, cut to length. Top layers, sanded, cut to length. So let's take a quick measurement. Take a top, take a bottom, and see what our thickness is. We're an inch. These aren't 1/8 inch pieces of. These are 6-inch thick pieces of fiberglass, not 1/8 inch thick. I don't know where I got 1/8 inch from, but these are definitely 1/16. So two together, it's only giving me an 1/8 inch. Eighth. It is definitely not worth it just putting an 1/8 inch piece of fiberglass up there to raise it up. So this sanding took a ridiculous amount of time, just so everybody's on the same page with this one. I think we're gonna have to cut up another shelf. Cut up another shelf to give me the 1/8 inch. Or forget about all the sanding and just put the whole 3/4 inch below. This sucks. I think we're gonna have to do cut up another shelf. That was not in the cards. All right, let's cut it up and let's move on. All right, guys, I think we got them all. I think the trick was flap disc on a grinder. I got the gel coat off pretty quick. Just do a little mock up here and see if we have the right number of pieces. So we got a short, still a long, white together. That's an interesting setup. I have 3 different lengths. Should only be 2. So let's figure out where the length there. No. I don't understand how I could have possibly got 9 inches. We should be at 11. That seems like it's the wrong side of the dam. It's not. What? Let's see. These should be 11. These should be 14. So 13 and a half. No, these should be 13 and a half. Those should be 13 and a half, these should be 11. These are 12 and a half. Dude, what the f***? Honestly, at this point, it probably would have been quicker just to build up layer by layer by layer, just using straight fiberglass. resin and mat. All right, let's see what we do have and what we can get accomplished and how we can adapt and overcome on this one. Alright guys, we don't have a lot of time today, so quick recap. Spent the night gluing up this. It's a 1/4 inch, 8 layers of 1/16 inch fiberglass to make a spacer. So all we have to do now, well, I went ahead and ground down all the gel coat, and we're going to clean it off. We're going to glue these two pieces together, wait for the fiberglass to dry, and then we'll fiberglass over the whole thing with resin and mat. We don't have a lot of time. We're going to time crunch. It's supposed to rain most of the day today, and actually it rained yesterday, and yeah, it's been a little bit. So let's see what we can do and get this thing rocking and rolling. All right guys, that was pretty stressful. We got 4 layers on, everything sanded, ready to go. The rain's supposed to start at 2. You can see the sky. I don't know. Hoping this flashes off. Maybe 30 minutes, the next 30 minutes to an hour flashes. And then if we get some rain in the next couple hours, hopefully it's flashed off enough to be okay. There's still a hole in the roof of the camper. The camper's still outside. I'm just gonna put a bucket underneath the hole, so whatever rain just comes straight down into the bucket. Not a whole lot else I can do at this point. I guess technically I could push it back in the garage, but that's gonna take too much work. The garage is a mess again, and I gotta move everything just to get the camper back in there. So we're gonna let this cure out in the sun. Hopefully, like I said, the next couple hours will be flashed off and hard, and we'll see what we can do. quick, I'll show you how I put the inserts in. Just measure the depth that you need to put them in. Drill your hole. And then these threaded inserts take an Allen. Just put the Allen in there and you can just thread them in. This. That's the insert. Do one more. That's it. All the inserts are in. What do we have left? We need butyl to here. Finish sand this, stain it. And I think we're ready to do the final install. Alright, so here's the trim piece. Can I see a profile? So this tapers this way, which would be towards the wall, towards the cabinets. And then it also tapers down to match the curvature of up here, right here. And then it has a recessed groove here to take the gap from here to here and also fill the gap from here to here. So that it should put us right about here. So you won't see this gap anymore. Should put us right on this edge. So just wanted to show it to y'all before we installed it because it was a pain. Tapered, curved. I mean, it looks pretty simple from this side. It also was shortened this way, so it's not as thick because the distance here, we just don't have the distance from here to here as we do around. So let's try to get this thing up there installed and let's be done with this project. Alright guys, this looks ridiculous and it might actually work. Let me go see if I can get it to screw in. I don't know guys, I think this worked. Everything caught up, everything cinched up. Make some room. That's what it looks like. Dang. That's sweet. Oh, it's cinched up tight too. Look. Oh, almost no gap. Oh, I thought I was gonna have to put a filler in there. Dang. So here, this will have to be gone through later, but this is gonna be glued down and caulked. This is where the wire runs. That's why that looks like that. Let's look at the side profile. Oh. Oh no, this is, oh shit. That's nice. Oh my God. I needed this win, guys. I needed this win. Alright, shits and giggles, we're gonna turn it on because it is wired. It's just not done being wired. Oh. Hey, this thing has a memory to it. It remembers the last setting and it goes right back to that. So that was blowing in at level 6. Now we're blowing out. Yeah, let's back up. This is really freaking sweet. Oh man. I needed this so bad. So fuse, turn, I have access to this. There's barely, not much of a lip there. I'm hitting this right here just before this. Damn, that looks nice. This whole thing's a mess, but up against the windows over here with the framing, window there with the framing. Yeah. I'm not looking forward to this cleanup, but this is damn sweet. All right, guys, we are done with this project. Look at that vent. Vent's looking good. Caulk the seam over here. It looks a little bit better. It could use a little bit more work, but pretty good. The side, that's pretty decent. So we can turn it on. Done. Level 1. Level 2. It's level 3. It's level 3. Sorry, that was level 4. Now that's level 5. And there's level 6. Okay, so from here, the wire comes here, through the cabinet, back of the cabinet, and then it goes down this partition. The back of this partition goes all the way down into this electronics cabinet. So the only thing we had to do here is we did replace the voltage regulator with a 5 amp voltage regulator. I had a 5 amp in there. Now I switched it to a 10 amp. So that's pretty much the only thing we've had to mess with here. This, I did talk to the manufacturer of the fan, and the working voltage is, I think it's like 10.8 to 13 and some change, something 13.2, 13.6. That's actually lower than what the lithium batteries will put out, especially while the lithium batteries are being charged. They're in the 14 volt range. So it does need a voltage regulator. So right now that voltage regulator is running the vent, the TV, and the oscillating fan in the bedroom area. So that's all that's running on those. Those are the most sensitive electronic devices I have. So a 10 amp is more than enough for all those. I think overall this project took a lot longer than it really needed to. I think kind of feel like I did it the hard way. I ended up putting the spacers on the top, but I had to make the spacers, and then I ended up putting a trim ring here, but I had to make the trim ring. So the benefit of the trim ring is you don't do the spacers, and the benefit of the spacers is you don't need the trim ring, and I ended up doing both of them. So I didn't really get any benefits from either one of them, but I like the way it looks. I think it turned out pretty decent. So, well, that's the install. We'll give you an update maybe 6 months down the line. Actually, you know what? I'll give you an update after the summer to see what this fan's still doing, if it's still working, if it's still operational, if it's still even worth buying. So, yeah, we'll do some testing in the summer, and then we'll get back to you. And I guess I'll see you on the next video. Talk to you later. Bye.